This is Roxy, and I just wanted to show how I hand stitch up my mini folder journals. I know there's a million probably videos out there, but I just came up with this system and it works for me. To cut my journals or my folders, you can use an old filed folder. My husband happens to work at a company that makes them called Sneed. And they make folders for like Staples, Home Depot, not Home Depot, Office Max, Office Depot, Walmart, all these different companies. Anyways, I'm sure you've seen them. They've got a little Scottish plaid logo. And so he brings home end rolls whenever they, happen to have some that I say, oh, can you get me some, whatever. So what I do is, and even if you just did a file folder, you want them, they end up 4 inches wide by 6 inches tall. So I just cut 6-inch wide pieces, and I cut them at 9 inches because I used the Tim Holtz die cut. So I cut them at 9 inches, even though I want them to be 8 inches from here to here. Where am I? There. So I want them 8 inches from this end to this end. So I cut my tab out with the die cut, or you could also use a punch and put that on here, glue it on when you're done, or you could use an actual file folder and just transfer their tab, trace it. So I cut the tab out, then I go back and run this through my cutter and cut it at using this edge as the 8-inch end, cut it down to 8 inches, not from the top of the tab. Obviously, I'm not talking to kindergartners. So then I just fold it in half and we're ready to go. So what I do then is, like for instance, I used up a bunch of my Glimmer Mist because they were just sitting there getting old, and so I just took a pad of kind of watercolor paper that I bought at Dick Blick's, or you can get it at Michael's, wherever. And I used some of my stencils and whatnot and just sprayed like the whole pad. I used the whole pad of paper and made all these little just kind of, things I can use for whatever project. So I have that. So these pieces, you want to cut these at 5.5 by 8. No, 7.5. Let me just double check. Sorry. What is this? Yeah. By 7.5. So that'll fit into your folder and not spill out the edges. So where is it? Okay. So I have this. I just have some old graph paper. I added one of these Michael's $1.50. I think they're so cute. And you can, leave that as is. You can, distress it, whatever. And some more graph paper. A piece of just white cardstock for writing. And then I added a doily that I tea stained. And then I have a piece of, this is an old child's writing tablet, and then a tag that I stamped, music paper. I mean, these are just what, everybody's doing the same kind of thing, so I'm not doing anything special. Some more graph paper, plain old paper, and then a craft paper. So you get that all nice and neat. And then to hand sew it, oops, there. I created this really fancy template. I took an old envelope, and what you want to do is, when you put your pages into your folder, you're going to have a 1/4 inch space all the way around. So you kind of want to just eyeball that. And then the template I made, I just cut a piece of paper 5.5 inches wide, which is the height, actually, of the file folder, if you're looking at it this way. And then I just came in an inch, another inch, came in an inch over here and another inch, and there's my little template. So then what you do is you get that in there really nicely, how you want it. And you're kind of gonna go, let me just get this lined up quick. There. And I found that if I kind of do my pokey tool at a little bit of an angle, just about 45 degree maybe, I'll go pretty much in the center of the file folder. Otherwise you can get kind of off, what's that hitting? There. Otherwise sometimes you can come out this side and that side. And even if you do, with my little technique, it doesn't matter because I ended up putting washi tape on the binding. I did 3 pieces of washi tape. Now see, I went way off on that, but I don't even care. Don't care. So I'll see how far I'm off. But I'm right on the spine. And what I did when I was done, I put a piece of washi tape down the center and then one on each side to kind of hold that piece in. All right, so we've got the holes in. Then let me see, I have to get some thread and I'm using it here and I will finish this up and then I'll start. What I did was, here, I'm going to do this. Let me just quick do this. I shouldn't have started this and I did. I thought I was going to do like a Juliet Child here and have all these different levels of this being finished and didn't work. There. Not that I'm no Julia Childs, but I loved her. So my mom loved that show. I think every woman at that time did. Okay, so you got them all lined up, and all I did was I have this needle. They're yarn darners, yarn darners, and I got them at Michael's. Just a nice variety pack. This is the biggest one. And then this is just embroidery floss. Big spool of it. So you just go, this is how I do it. I don't know if it's official. I don't know if I didn't see it anywhere. Just made it up. So you come down and I leave a tail. And I know this isn't like the, Book Bible's way of doing it, but I just like it. So then I come back up here, and I got to do this with my fly focals here, so, okay. All right, come up there, and let this kind of stay there. And then I go, where am I in the camera? There. Then I go back down. Okay. And then I come up this hole. So that one I got to do with my fancy, okay, there. Come up there, go down here, don't stick in your thing, come back up this hole, oops, hang on there, alright, now I'm at a little there, and then just kind of pull them all tight, alright, and then just go back down, so I'm just kind of trying to get it there, and then come back up the first hole. And see, I got to do this up here because it's there. Come back up that first hole. And then, oh, and by the way, the string I had, the length, I do it like about 5 times the length of this. Okay, so then I come back down, and I just repeat that. Go back up this one. Go back down this one. That thing's in my way. Okay, come back up. This one. Okay, get back down. Oops, I gotta restring it. take a minute to pause. Okay, then I come back up, and it's getting a little there. Then I come back up this. And then I literally just tie it right off here. And I kind of like just the dangliness of it, or just the kind of handmade look of it. I know you're going, yeah, it looks handmade. And I know there's really fancy ways to do it. I am not a fancy-mancy. I kind of like things that are just, I don't like to get, I mean, I know that, you know, there's different crafters. I think there's crafters that totally immerse themselves into perfection. I like to have fun, and I like things to be somewhat easy, you know, otherwise I lose the, and then I think it's kind of fun to just tie a little bow and call it a day, you know, or if not, you can just cut this, you can leave them dangle, you can cut them little, and there it is. And see, so that, you can leave that, or what like I said, I put a piece of washi tape over the binding, and then I put a piece down here and a piece down here, and I dictated the washi tape on how I decorated the cover. You can do it vice versa. Put the washi tape on and then decorate your cover to coincide with it or to match it. I think it'd be also fun, or also would be fun, to put a piece of black electrical tape down there so it looks like the composition notebooks. I think that'd be kind of cool. So that's just a really easy way to do it. And then here you have it. Oh, I'm glad that's the right side up. So here's your little book. And then you can decorate inside, you know. And I did bring these to the vintage sale that we did, and they ran out the door with them. I mean, they really hit a spark with people. So, but this is our swap, and I hope this helps. Yoli's going to do a video on machine sewing them, but we talked yesterday, and she did say that the more pieces you get inside, the less easy it is to machine sew. So I think this is just an easy way to do it. Now, you can also put pockets in here of little tags. Those you might want to sew, but I think you can also glue them, or heck, get out your little tiny attach or stapler. Or, you know, it'd be fun, I thought, too, is to do like a blanket stitch, a hand blanket stitch. You could even just do, if you're not a sewer, just do a funky stitch that looks cute. So have fun, and I hope this helps. Bye.